my makeup routine, nobody else's, mine. And I'm gonna answer a few questions. I have them all written down. I made a poll on Instagram, so people have asked me a few. There's quite a few on here. So I'm just gonna do my makeup, talk to you guys, just answer a few questions. Like I said, this is my makeup routine. Everybody does their makeup differently. Obviously, we're not gonna do the same. I might not do it correctly. I am no makeup artist, that's for sure. I just like doing makeup though, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. Now, some of my products are like from Ulta or Sephora, and then some of them are from Walmart. I do not really, it does not matter to me. I actually find stuff that I like better, like it's drugstore. So, yeah, like I do have like, what is this? This is Tarte. This is one of my favorite concealer. But then again, like I have like the L'Oreal foundation. This, my holy grail. Sometimes I mix it with the Becca foundation. This is a little bit darker. I mix these two together when I have self-tanner on, which I do right now. But my face is like paler because, or more pale because I wash it all, well, whatever. So anyways, I have all my stuff laid out. So we're gonna get started. The first thing that I do is, I gotta figure out where all my stuff is. I have it spread out. I use the e.l.f. Hydration Moisturizer. So I'm gonna do that first. I usually sometimes just use, this is like a gel. It's not my absolute favorite, but it works. Sometimes I use a serum and then I'll spray my face. Honestly, I do my makeup differently every single time. Like, it's never the same, especially because sometimes I wear foundation or just concealer, or I wear eyeshadow, no eyeshadow, eyeliner. It honestly just depends. So we'll just see what this video takes today and how I'm feeling. This moisturizer is a little sticky. That's the only really thing that I don't like about it. That and that it's jelly, so it kind of takes a little while to dry. So it's okay. Honestly, I think it was like $3 at Walmart. I don't really know. Also, if you see that I'm looking this way, I have my little mirror that I just moved the camera with. So I have my little mirror right here because I can't really see that far away. So I have, let's see, while that's dry, first question, what is my skincare routine? Let me just show you. Baby wipes. I know, it's awful. I just don't really have a skincare routine. I'll take my makeup off like that. Sometimes I'll wash it every now and then if I have like cakes and makeup on. I'll do that, and then I'll put some moisturizer and some serum and stuff on and call it a night. Honestly, some nights I forget to take it off, especially because when you're tired, you're tired. It is what it is. I have a few like breakout spots right now. Usually my face doesn't break out, knock on wood. But yeah, I just use makeup wipes. That's just what I do. That's what I've always done. Sometimes I use makeup wipes. I know I need to probably get into a routine because when I'm older, I'm probably going to look old, wrinkly, and scary. That's just what I do personally. I don't really have anything special that I do. So yeah, that's my skincare routine. So my face is dry. I can feel it. So I'm going to take my Becca and then my L'Oreal. This is in 430 and Becca is in Cafe. This is a little dark, I know. I lighten it up a little bit with the L'Oreal. So I usually take the Becca first because I only do a couple pumps of that. And I'll put it on my hand just like that. And then I'll take the L'Oreal and I'll do several of that just because this is the one I wear the most. But I have to darken it up a little bit, especially when I wear my foundation. Probably should just buy a foundation that's a little bit darker. Who does that though? So I'm going to mix it together with my finger. Like I said, I do not do anything special. I probably am doing it wrong. Everybody's differently. This looks a little dark, I know. You gotta trust the process when you do your makeup. Everybody does it differently. So everybody likes their makeup just the way they do. And then I'll take the remainder off my finger. And then I'll take my dirty old sponge that I've had for God knows how long. And then I'll spray my setting spray. I know some people like to get it wet. I don't. I think it makes it feel weird and it makes my makeup like dewy. I don't like that. I like my makeup to be matte. So then I'll just blend it in just like this. all over. I know it looks extremely dark. Trust me, I promise. You gotta trust the process. So next question is, how did we go about buying a house? Well, so me and Levi have been married 2 years in July, and we sold our second house this past March, I believe. So what we did was, obviously we like looked online, like Zillow and stuff, but this was in our first house we bought during quarantine, so things were kind of on the down low a little bit. Like prices were extremely high on houses, plus we knew the people that we bought it from. So we found an online banker, a loan officer, and we went about talking to them and how, like, our credit and everything like that, and what exactly we needed to do. She was absolutely amazing, the sweetest woman I've ever met in my life. Literally just so sweet, and she helped us so much. So what she did, like, obviously she checked our credit and made sure we had jobs that we can afford the house. So we did. Honestly, you just have to go find the right loan officer and realtor. If you want to use a realtor, sometimes you don't want to use a realtor just because of the fees and everything. Like, we sold our previous house, no realtor, because we didn't want to pay with the fees. So we bought the first house. We knew we would not be there forever. Fun fact, that house is a house that Levi grew up in. His parents actually built it. It just happened to be perfect timing. We flipped it. So it was not in rough shape, but like it was out of like date and everything. I might see if I can like post a few pictures of things that we've done. It was such an amazing house. It was out in the country. It was peaceful. Nobody ever bothered anybody out there. So we flipped it and we sold it in April 2021 is when we moved out of it. And we bought a house closer to town because that house was probably like 30-40 minutes away from like our family and everything. I take my brush and kind of like go around. I know it looks weird, trust me, I know. But anyways, so we bought a new construction home. After that, waited forever. I mean forever. We probably, I think we got started in like January of buying it. It was already like roofed and everything, but with just like workers and like the pandemic and stuff, it was just crazy. Like, it was supposed to be done in April, then May, and then June and July. We moved in at the end of August and had Hudson a week later. I was freaking out. Like, it was crazy. It was a lot of stress. So we bought that one. We used somebody different for that. He was amazing as well. He helped us through everything. It was just a long process just because it was a new construction home. So like I said, I know being young, it's kind of hard, especially because you want to buy a house and the market's like absolutely crazy. But honestly, just find you a loan officer that you like. If we just looked online and found someone like near us. They're literally amazing. You could go through a bank, might be a little bit difficult. But anyways, they'll check your credit, make sure you have a job and you can afford it. Honestly, going about buying a house is different for everybody. You got to make sure you know what price range you want, make sure you can afford the bills and everything, because like I said, the market is absolutely crazy right now. And then like if you want to build a house like we are, you have to find land, have a new construction loan. Everything's different. Everything is different for everybody. But like I said, find you a house, make sure you know your price range, your monthly payment, find you a loan officer or a realtor, whatever you prefer, and then you'll have to go from there. So yeah. Anyways, this part probably is gonna ruffle some feathers. I know. This is just what I do because I cannot stand this. I take my foundation down my neck. So like my remainder on my hand, I take it down my neck, even like right here, because I want everything to be the same color. If you don't, that's okay. You don't have to. But this is just what I like to do. I do not, especially because even if I have self-tan on, it still doesn't necessarily match all the way. So I just take it down my neck. I know, like, it's not probably the best thing to do, but I do it. That's just what I like. It does crack me up though, because I'll put it on my neck and then Hudson will like come and like rub his clothes on my neck. And it's like, rub his clothes on my neck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to your outfit? And then I realize it's makeup. obviously. But anyways, so I just take this down my neck, make sure I get all the crevices, even sometimes pull my shirt down because you just never know. Probably should not have worn white, but it's okay. It's so beautiful outside in Kentucky. It's a little, yesterday was chilly, like 40, 50. Today's like 60, 62 probably. It's so beautiful. I believe I finished digging the foundation, so we have to do some footers and block underneath, and then framing starts in a couple weeks. We're so excited. I cannot wait. We went and picked out a few things on Saturday, and then I take my little. So we picked out a few things Saturday. I'm so excited. Unfortunately, things are so backed up because everybody likes to make excuses, but it's whatever. But things are backed up. So if you're wanting to build a house, be prepared to wait, because like appliances and everything are a couple weeks out. Our windows are 10 weeks out. So yeah. So Levi probably have to put those in himself. He knows what he's doing. So anyways. So then after I drag all that down, I take my Tarte concealer. This is in shade light, 20 in light. So yeah, I like this. It is my favorite. It's just a little thick. I just wish it wasn't so thick. But it is my favorite. So I just put this in under my eyes, on my nose, sometimes on the bridge of my lip. I don't know. And I do have like some breakout spots, which my foundation mostly covered it up, but I'm just gonna add a little. That's the only part, like, I watch videos all the time and I just don't understand that. Like, if you have a pimple and you use concealer, wouldn't that like make it brighter? I don't know. Like I said, I am no beauty guru. And then I'll take that same beauty blender and then I'll blend it all out. Just like this. Sometimes I take it above on my eyelid if I decided to do a foundation or a eyeshadow. You just want to make sure like everything's blended and evenly. I get questions all the time about what like foundation and everything that I use. So I will try to link everything down below and like what shade I do. But like I said, I'll just do this. My voice is a little cracky. I got me a Lee's sweet tea with a lemon. I'm trying not to drink as much pop. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I struggle so bad. Like, it's awful. I need to drink more water. I need to be healthy. But just Dr. Pepper and Pepsi, I love it. It's just so good. Okay. Next question. What is my job? My job, I'm an orthodontic assistant. Literally the best job ever. I love it. I started when I was like right out of high school. I had just turned 18 and I've been there ever since then. I love the girls that I work with. They're my best friends. Like, they're older than I am, but I do not care. Like, we all are like close. Like, I can't even explain, but I work at a company like in the next town over than me. I love it, absolutely. Like I said, it's the best thing ever. I love seeing the progress of people. So most of the thing I do, like I'll do like if you have braces, like you understand, like I'll do like adjustments. We'll change the wires, we'll take your colors off, put new ones on. I take them off, I put them on. It's just such a fun process and a fun job, like seeing the difference. Like if you put someone's braces on and you see how they start and then when you take them off, like it's just amazing. I love getting to know people around my town and everything as well. But yes, so I'm an orthodontic assistant. I'm not a dental hygienist or anything. Like, that's something completely different. That gets asked a bunch, like when people come in, because like even at like work people will ask good questions. So that is different. Like, dental and ortho is completely different. There's like stuff all over my hand, sorry. But so I'm an orthodontic assistant. I love it. I always knew I wanted to wear scrubs, but I did not want to be a nurse. That if you're a nurse, props to you. Like, thank you so much. It's just not for me. I'm not a bloody gore person. No. I take things too personally, honestly. But yes, so next thing I do, I take my Fit Me that is almost empty. Like, I probably should have got one at the store earlier. But I'll take my Fit Me powder. This is in 220 natural beige natural, whatever. And then I'll take my big fluffy brush that I got at TJ Maxx. I don't know the name of the brushes. Sorry, I just don't. I know like most beauty guru people are like naming these things off and brushes or MAC 470 or something. I just don't know. I just get my brushes at Walmart. That's just what I do. I'm not very picky. If it puts it on my face, it puts it on my face. So I just rub this around, make sure get it all evenly. Make sure it gets on my eyes. Just because, like I said, sometimes I just wait last minute and decide to do a eyeshadow. I do put it on my neck just to set it so it's not so like wet and dewy. So that's all even. I know it looks a little better. Sometimes the lighting is just so crazy. I'm not way much better than I did before. If you stop tanning, you understand, because you wash your face more, or maybe wipe your face more than your body, obviously. Or if you take a shower every day, you get it. Anyways, next, sometimes I do different, like sometimes I'll do a like cream contour and bronzer. Sometimes I just do cream contour, or sometimes I just do bronzer. It honestly just depends on my mood. It's just so good. I think today I might do both just for the sake of the video. I just use, this isn't really cream, it's like, I guess a concealer. I saw somebody on TikTok use it and I was like, I want to try that. So I did. This is the Milani Conceal Perfect Long Wear Concealer in shade 150 Natural Sand. So usually what I'll do, I'll just usually put this on my cheeks. I don't really put it anywhere else. Kind of on my cheekbones. I have chubby cheeks, so it's kind of hard to tell where my cheekbones are. I've always had chubby cheeks. So I'll just kind of put it there on my cheekbones. And then I'll take this little RT 200 brush, whatever that means. I don't know why there's numbers, but whatever. And then I'll like press up and make sure I like kind of angle at my face, just because you guys try to make yourself have cheekbones, you know, unless you have like natural cheekbones. Like I wish I did, but I don't. So I just press this up like this. Sometimes it's even hard to tell. Does anybody else like make stupid faces when they do their makeup? Like, I'll be looking in the mirror and I'm like, Kenzie, your mouth is wide open. Shut yeah, you're gonna catch a fly. But anyways, so I just press it in, make sure it's all evened out. Sometimes it looks a little crazy. Like I said, you have to trust the process with makeup. So, anyways, next question. Oh, wait, hold on. How did you get where I am in life? That's honestly a question, like it's one word. God, honestly. Jesus has put me where I am in life. Unfortunately, I have been through a lot of things in my life that have destroyed me, but God has picked me back up and told me not to give up, so I have not gave up. Like I said, when I was in 8th grade, my parents divorced. It broke me. I fell off the wagon. I stopped going to church. And then I met sweet little baby Levi in 2016. So I met him, and then he honestly saved me. Like, God was like, this is what you need in your life. You need this man to help you and get through everything. Like, I designed him for you. That's honestly what I believe. So we met in 2016, and we started going to church together. And then obviously we've dated since then. We knew that we wanted to get married, even at a young age. Like, I knew from the first time that I met Levi that I wanted to marry him. And he honestly has helped me through so much in my life, and that's how we are where we are. We told each other that we were going to make smart decisions, and that we were going to work hard to give our kid or future children at the time the best life that they could, because sometimes people aren't fortunate, and that's just how it is. So Levi, like I said, I started my job at age 18, and I've been there since then. I'm almost 20. So we just work hard and for everything that we have, and honestly we kind of set ourselves up, which everybody sets themselves up differently in life. Flipping that house and really helped us, and buying that one and selling it helped us as well. That's kind of what we did. But we knew like this last time, like this is what we wanted to, this is our forever house. If we want to build it, we don't want to do it anymore. I think eventually we'll probably buy like rentals and like flip them and like rent them out. That's later down the road. So like I said, you gotta have goals in life. Like you got to know exactly what you want to do. Make sure like you have like, no, time is not like, you don't have to be like, I want a kid by age 20. Like that's not what I'm talking about. You got to make sure you know exactly what you want to do and how you're going to be successful. If that's going to college and becoming a nurse, okay, that's successful. You don't have to go to college to be successful. That's perfectly fine. I obviously didn't go to college, and I'm not even like bragging or anything, but we just made smart decisions and told ourselves that we were not going to be we weren't in like ever in like the fun like party stage or anything. Like we just knew like we wanted to start our lives out young so we could have the best life we could in the future. So that's honestly what we did. Like I said, we got jobs fast. My husband is an electrician, so he like does well with that job. I do well in my job, and we are on the same page. Like we have the same morals and respect for each other and the same ideas. So that's usually what we like, how we do. So that's honestly how we got where we got in life. Jesus, like I said, he has put us exactly where we are at a young age, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like I know I'm young, I know he's young, but we're made to be where we are in life right now. Okay, so anyways, I know I already used that Fit Me powder. I'm ranting, I know I talk a little fast. So I just kind of take a little bit and make sure I dab it over the concealer, the dark concealer that I just used, because I feel like if I just go ahead and do the bronzer, it kind of like messes it up and like smears it a little bit more, and I just don't like that. So I just take the remainder, get a little bit more, and pat it over that so it kind of like sets it. And then I'll go in with my bronzer. So the bronzer I use is the Hoola Benefit one. Honestly, this is just a holy grail. It's worth the whatever, how much it was, $17, $27 something dollars. I don't even know what it was. $17. Bells in the background. Hi, Dale. So I'll take this. Sometimes, I know, I use the same brush. I don't know. I just like to. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I'll just take this little brush that I believe I got at Dollar Tree. And then I'll like dab it in there and make sure I dab the excess off. And then I'll do the same thing and kind of like contour my face a little bit. It looks so crazy in the camera, but, and then I'll like smooth it out. And so I just go like this. That's the face I'm talking about. Like, who makes a fish face? I don't know. Anyways, so I do like that. Sometimes I like brush it up. Go on the outlines of my face. Make sure it's all even and there's no spots that are not even. My hairdo reminds me of my granny. Anyways, so I'll do that, and then I'll take this little brush. It's supposed to be an eyeshadow brush. I don't know. And then I'm just trying to be realistic with you guys, because I'm not gonna put it on front. Like, this is exactly how I do my routine. Like I don't. Anyways, my camera shut off. I'm not really sure why. But I'll take this little brush, and this is what I use to contour my nose. So I'll just take it, and then I'll outline my nose. It looks a little crazy at first. Make sure it looks a little skinny. So I do it like that. And then sometimes, like, I'll even take my bronzer, like if I don't feel like doing an eyeshadow, and I'll put it in the crease of my eyelid, and I'll put like some highlighter in there or something. So that's probably what I'm gonna do today, because this is honestly like what I do when I do wear makeup every day when I do wear makeup, because I do not wear makeup every day because I have to wear a mask at work, obviously, because I do work in people's mouths. So, and there's a pandemic still. So so I just put it in the outline, and it just, sometimes you can't even tell. Anyways, so next question. Well, let me do this first. So, and then this is where I set my face. I use the Laura Mercier. I don't know, however you say it. I can't pronounce some words. I'm done. Anyways, so this is where I set my face. I'll take some of this. I'll dump it. This isn't my favorite. I ran out of my favorite. I like the Urban Decay one. And then I'll take a beauty blender, and this is where I outline my face. And I'll let it sit. Just outline it like that. And then I'll take some, outline my nose. Well, that one didn't really stay. And then I'll set it underneath my eyes for that concealer. Even though we do put that powder on still. Around my mouth. And on my forehead. And this is, I kind of let this sit a minute. Sometimes I don't, get another baby wipe. Sometimes I don't let it sit. I just, especially if I'm in a rush, I just like to hurry up and brush it off. But I'm going to let it sit and answer your question. Next question. What is my favorite part about being Hudson's mom? Everything. I love that child so much, obviously, but I just love seeing him grow. Like, he is 7 months old tomorrow. Time is a thief. Breaks my heart. But I just love seeing him develop new skills, like sitting up and trying to crawl and eating baby food and holding his own bottle. Like, that just makes my heart melt. And seeing that, like, me and his dad just love him. He's just like a little built-in best friend. That's just my favorite part, just seeing him grow and develop new skills. Honestly, when you become a mom, it's like a whole different story. Like, everyone is going to try and scare you and like, well, wait until you can't sleep anymore, or wait until he cries in the middle of the night. Like, obviously, like, sometimes I struggle because if you don't sleep, it's hard. And being a mom, it sometimes is hard, and that's okay. Like, if you need a break, it's okay to need a break. But it's worth it, because one day he's going to grow up and go to college and get married, and then I'm going to miss my little baby not being able to sleep and want me to hold him. So that is my favorite part about being Hudson's mom. He is just like the sweetest little thing. He's so happy and giddy. He has 2 little front teeth. Teething is hard. I'm not even gonna lie. If you're, it just sucks seeing your little baby in pain. So just him growing and seeing him develop more. Like, I look at pictures and I'm like, that doesn't even look like the same kid that I brought home from the hospital. Like, he just is so aware and alert. So that is probably like my #1 thing. Obviously, taking him and do things and making memories with him is amazing as well. But him learning new skills and like your kid like developing things is just like, it blows your mind. Because like when you're older, you're like, well, I mean, like, how did I know this? But when you see it for yourself, it's just crazy. Okay, I'll let it sit for a little bit. So I'm going to start rubbing it all in, making sure I get that outline. So I'll make sure it's all set. You can kind of see it. I'm not the best at bronzer. I wish somebody would teach me how to do bronzer, because I'm not the best. Anyways, and then I'll do blush. So I use the Bare Minerals Gen Nude. It says Call Me Blush. I'm assuming is what the name of it is. It's like a dark rose pink color. I use several ones. Like, I use different ones. I have one from, I think it's Walmart. I think it's like the Fit Me kind. The same as this. But it has like a sparkle to it, and I don't necessarily like the sparkle. So I take my little brush, do my little dab thing, and then I'll just like dab it on my face. And sometimes I like blush my cheeks up a little bit. Like, go like that, small, grin, whatever you want to call it. And then I don't necessarily put it all on my bronzer, because that kind of like defeats the purpose. So I kind of put it above a little bit and on my cheeks, just like that. And sometimes I put it on my nose, give it a little glow on my chin, a little glow. I know most people don't do that, but it's okay. And then that's what I do for my blush. So let's see. How did Levi and I meet? So he was obviously older than I was. I was a freshman, and I met him in 8th grade. I was a freshman and he was a senior when we started dating. I know, like, people make a big deal about it, but when you're out of high school, it does not matter. Anyways, so we met at school. I saw him. We had like this, I don't know if other people do, but we have something called like a vocational school. You can go there and like get career ready, or like nursing ready, or electrician ready, whatever it is. He was an electrician part, and so I went and toured that school, and he was actually my tour guide. And like, I immediately like fell in love, head over heels for that boy. I just knew, like, I was like, okay, that is just my mate. Like, okay, I knew. When you know, you know. So I knew. Anyways, so I had followed him on Instagram, and he had a Snapchat in his bio, so I went and added him on Snapchat, and we have been together ever since then. I texted him, and then we started dating. Obviously, we talked for a little bit, and then we got married 5 years later. 4.5 years, 5 years later, and we now have a little baby. And we're almost on our 2-year anniversary of marriage. So yes, that's how we met. We met in high school. Literally, like, you just know when you meet your person, you just know. And there ain't no, don't worry about other people judging. Like, if you're getting married, I got married at 18. I don't really care what people say. Like, if you know that's what you want, then, like, there's no reason of, like, waiting. It's okay. Like, you don't have to worry about what the world's gonna think about you, because it really doesn't matter. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Okay? That's my advice out of this whole entire video. I'm not saying get married at age 18. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you know you want something, like if you know you want to move to Utah at age 17, move it to Utah. I'm just like, I'm not saying and like being like, well, everybody has to get married at age 18. Everybody gets married at different ages, and that's okay. Everybody's different. So next, sometimes it like varies. Like I said, I already put the bronzer in my eyelids, so I'm gonna do highlighter. I use the same brush for my highlighter and bronzer. I know. So this is just the Wet n Wild 321B Precious Petals. I'm not really like a pink person, but this is kind of like rosy pink. I really like just bright, like just basic. So I'll put this in the bridge of my nose. Gonna make sure it pops on my lip, my chin, obviously above the bronzer and the brush. You don't want to put it on top because it's not going to mesh well. Or at least that's just what I think. And then sometimes I'll do a little extra on my nose, make sure it pops, you know. Anyways, and then I'll take my finger, I'll use a brush, rub it in, and then I'll put it on my eyelids. Just like that. Just make them shine a little bit. And I'll put it on the inner corner of my eyes, or the little eye boogie. And I do just like that. Literally nothing special. So, alright, let's see what the next question is. How many babies do we want? Honestly, it varies. It varies every day. I'm just gonna be real. At one point in time, we wanted 3. Right now, we're on the kick of 2. Just because 3, I'm also like, that's a lot. And then I'm like, I have a bunch of nieces and nephews and everything. So I'm just like, maybe just 2 for now. I'm also like, if we have 3, like if we go to a roller coaster ride, who's gonna ride the roller coaster? Because I am not a roller coaster person, and I'm not riding one. So like one of them's gonna be by themselves, you know. You gotta think of stuff like that. So right now, for now, we want to, obviously, if God gives us 3 babies, we're gonna be happy and healthy and excited and pray that everything works out with this child. My pregnancy was pretty easy with Hudson. Knock on wood for the next one. But for now, just 2. Who really knows? Life changes every single day. Obviously, I want a little girl next, but if we have a little boy, that's perfectly fine. They're fun. I love Hudson's. It's like he's always been there. Okay, so next I'll do my eyebrows. I just got this eyebrow pencil at Walmart. It is the L'Oreal Brown Stylist Definer, light brunette color. I don't think it has a color or a shade. I took the box, so I don't know. I need to get my eyebrows waxed. That's for dang sure. Like, they're bad. So next is, do we like living in the camper? Yes. I know that's crazy, I just take a little spoolie and brush them up. I know that's crazy to even say because like we have 2 dogs, a 7-month-old, and ourselves, but it's absolutely like so much fun. Like it's just like you're camping. Obviously it has its perks. There's not enough space, there's not enough closet room for clothes. It's just different. I mean, like we have the Keystone 2020 Keystone Hideout, so it's not a 5th wheel. We didn't want anything like ginormous just because like we're only in it for like a couple, like almost like a year and a half. So we didn't want to go all big and out, like, which is fine if you do, like that's okay, everybody's differently. But we love it, it's so much fun. Hudson just like crawls around in the floor and plays around. It's like perfect space just for us. Like there's nothing, like we didn't really need anything bigger. The dogs run on the land. The only thing that drives me crazy about living in a camper, and if you live in a camper, hopefully you understand, like you have to have tanks like for propane and like gas, because like we have a gas stove and like gassy, but like that is just so annoying, like having to hurry up and go like fill them up, because sometimes like in Kentucky, like you don't really like pay attention like when it needs to be filled up until you know it's out and you wake up in the middle of the night and it's freezing cold and you're like shivering. But that's the only perk I have now. Like the air, like I have the air on right now, that's not gas, like that's electric, so we have both. And the air works like an angel, like, but most of the time like we sweat in the middle of the night because of Hudson. He really sweats a lot, so I love it. It's literally like camping, and I say that to everybody like I talk to when they ask me. It's just so much fun. Just like we're on like a little mini vacation, just me, Levi, and Hudson, and the dogs. Obviously we're not, but yes, it's so much fun, and honestly like the best decision we ever made, just because it. So I have the volumized lash paradise, I have the original one, and then I have the telescopic. It's my favorite. Love, like if you don't have this, please go get it. It's just so good. So I'll take my crusty eyelash curler that I've had probably since like 6th grade, and I'll curl my eyelashes. Like I said, I do not wear fake lashes. I just think they look, I don't know how to put them on first of all, and I just think they make me look weird. I don't know. I just feel like they make me look scary. So I'll do that. And then the first one I'll put on the L'Oreal original one, just because like it kind of gives me a little boost. It's not much. It's like thickening. So do we plan on traveling in the camper? Honestly, I'm not really sure, especially because gas is through the roof in Kentucky. I'm not really sure. Who really knows? Especially because we are building the house and we're doing most of it ourselves. I don't really know. Like I just don't know. I hate to move it just because we are living in it. All of our stuff would like we have to get out, and we thought about taking it to the beach or something so we didn't have to pay for. I'm gonna use this to do my mascara because it's hard to see in this mirror. It's hard to pay. Like it would be, probably wouldn't even be cheaper honestly with gas if we travel down there. We just might as well get a hotel because that's kind of like the point of the beach. So probably not. It's just a hassle to move everything. And like I said, it's not a 5th wheel, so it might be a little bit harder to move. I don't really know. That's not my specialty to even decide. So probably not. We probably wouldn't travel. Now we are traveling, just not in the camper. And then next I'll use the pink Lash Paradise one. The next question is, any big trips this year? We are actually getting ready to go to the beach in a month tomorrow. So we're going to go to Myrtle. It's Hudson's first trip to the beach. I'm so excited. I've like ordered all his little swimwear. I cannot wait. We haven't been to the beach in like a year just because, like I said, we did have Hudson at the end of the year. So that was not happening. We are going to go with Levi's parents and his sister and her 2 friends, so that'll be so much fun. It's like an 8 8-9 hour drive for us, so it's not terrible. And then we are gonna go to the beach in October in Florida. I'm not sure where yet. It's kind of like a big family vacation. We're gonna go with his parents again, his sister, and then his cousin and his wife. I really wanted to take cousin to Disney for like his his birthday, but I just was like, might want to wait until like next year where he's a little bit older and it can actually understand, and more honestly for me because I've never been to Disney. Comment down below if you've been to Disney and how much fun it is, because I've never been. And then I'll take my telescopic and go over everything. I always get mascara on my eyelids. There's never a time that I don't get mascara on my eyelids. Then I'll just scrape it off in the end. These are the time that I like the weirdest faces. So we do have 2 beach trips coming. The first beach trip honestly is for Levi's birthday. His birthday is April 24th, but we're gonna go May 4th. So it's kind of like a couple weeks after, but we went last year for his birthday. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I always get mascara on my eyelid all the time. And then I'll just take that same telescopic and I only do 1 layer on the bottom. I don't do thick because I don't want thick on the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna go to Myrtle, and then we went to Destin last year. I'm not really sure where we'll go this year. I don't know. I kind of like to go to different places. I hate going to the same place over and over and over again, because like, well, I've already seen it. Like, I want to see a different beach, you know. So if you are traveling anywhere crazy this year, comment down below. Like, I want to know where you're going. That'll be so much fun to see different places. Like, I would like to travel out of country one time. I just don't know. I'm not a plane person. Like, I'm terrified to get on a plane. I know, I'm a little baby, but it's okay. So we'll probably save that for when Hudson's a little bit older. So, okay, all my makeup's done. I'm gonna let it dry because I'll have to scrape like the stuff off my eyelids, the mascara, and then I'll spray my face. So we do have one last question. No, there's 2. What is one thing you're excited for this year? Somebody asked. YouTube. Like, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, or post on YouTube. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a YouTuber. I've always wanted to post on YouTube. It's literally been a dream since I was like 9 years old, and this year I told myself, I was like, Kenzie, you are posting this year. You're gonna do it. Like, there ain't no point of you waiting. I don't know what's holding you back. Like, you're gonna do it. So I made myself do it. And then, so I'm super excited. I really hope like my channel grows. Like, I pray about it every night. If that's not what it's supposed to do, then it's not what it's supposed to do. I really want to like interact with people and get to know different people on here, especially on YouTube. Like, I'm just like a friendly person. I like meeting new people. So that's one thing I'm super excited for. I like to post on TikToks. I don't understand how people get famous on TikTok. Beats me. I'll probably never be famous. I just like to create content. It's just something like I've always wanted to do. So I do plan on posting like more videos on like YouTube, especially like dealing with the house, like decorating, shopping, picking stuff out. I like to do days in my life, even though sometimes I just don't even do anything. Like, I thought about even like vlogging the beach trip, but I'm also like, like, it's our first family trip, like that's gonna be kind of hard. I don't know, I haven't decided that. So there's different things I want to do. I want to grow my YouTube platform. I want to like spread words, and I even thought about like sharing my testimony, because like I said, there's people out there that probably have been through the same thing that I've been through. I think God puts us through things like that to help us help others, and that's what I personally believe. So I might eventually do that. That's later down the road. But I just really want my YouTube to grow. That's one thing I'm super excited for. Even if it doesn't get big, like, that's okay. Like, I just like creating content. It doesn't necessarily mean like it doesn't matter if I get big. Like, that's just something like I'm desire to do, is to post on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like, that's just something that I like to do. I like to see others. I watch others. I have several favorites. I like to watch cleaning videos. I like to watch Days in Our Lives. Like Allie Gooch, I watch her all the time. her cleaning videos make me go like stir crazy in here because I just want to clean. I even like watching, I'm trying to think, I think her name's like Simply Kaylee. She does cleaning videos as well. I love her. I just like watching different things. I like watching makeup videos. Casey Holmes is probably like my absolute favorite. She is definitely my idol on YouTube. I like her makeup videos or just even her vlogs. They're my, like, I just love them. So that's definitely something like I want to do. I want to post more. I do work 40 hours, so like sometimes it's even hard, and like I just want to relax on the weekends. But like this weekend I was like kind of iffy about it, but I made myself do it. So anyways, I definitely want to grow like that. But this is where I'll take my little spoolie, or sometimes I'll even take a Q-tip. It just depends. I think I'm going to try the spoolie because I used a waterproof mascara and I didn't really even know. So I just like kind of scrape it off like this. You make sure I get all of it off. And there's nothing left on my eyelids. Sometimes it doesn't come off, especially if it's waterproof. I just don't like waterproof mascara. And I think it still smears, so I just do like this. And then sometimes I'll take my little brush and get all like the little crumbs or whatever you want to call them off. And then I'll take, well, maybe I'll take my Q-tip and I'll get like all the extra like foundation off my lips. Like this. Sometimes like I like to wear lipstick. With braces, I just don't like to wear it. Hopefully I get them off soon, but I don't really like to wear lipstick with braces because I feel like it gets in my braces. So I usually just use like a lip plumper. I use like the Too Faced one that is in my purse in my car. So, or I'll just use a chapstick. Now when I didn't have braces, I always wore lipstick. Like that was just like my favorite thing to do. So I usually use chapstick. I'll use like just the Burt's Bees or even the EOS. So I'm just gonna use the Burt's Bees ones because maybe, oh, this is brand new. Listen, Levi, I woke up this morning. I had a hard time sleeping last night, and so he got up early. He had to finish digging anyways, and he went to the store and he bought me flowers, my favorite candy, and he bought me these chapsticks. Like, how sweet. Just love him. Anyways, so I'll just do, I cannot get this little sticker off. Well, I literally cannot get this off. And I'll just use this, and I'll use chapstick, or I'll use the lip plumper, whatever I prefer. And honestly, that is just like my, most of the time, makeup. I wouldn't say every day because I don't wear makeup every single day. And then I'll use the same all-nighter spray, and I'll spray my face. And that is that is how I do my makeup. Like I said, nothing grand whatsoever. I'm not a makeup guru. Everybody does it differently. So just remember that. Everybody likes their makeup different. So honestly, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for whoever like commented on the my Instagram poll about questions and everything. I love like getting to know other people, and I love like people asking me questions. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll leave it linked down below. I'll try to link everything that I used. Everything's differently. Don't forget to subscribe.
I hear you breathe, but I can't see if you're right here next to me.